I'm Diana Steele, and I'm here at Fresh Street Market in West Vancouver. And today I want to talk about some nutrition strategies for boomers and seniors, those active people that aren't, running marathons. So you don't need to know specifically about sports nutrition, but how to maintain your energy and maintain your muscle mass throughout the day when you have your busy lifestyle, whether you're out golfing or walking the dog or gardening all day or helping your children with home renovations. You're using up a lot of energy. One of the big pitfalls is that you get really busy and then you realize that, oh my goodness, it's been 5 or 6 hours since I had breakfast and you haven't had anything to have lunch, especially if you're out of your typical routine. And so it might just require having a little look at your day and decide whether or not you're going to be gone during a mealtime, and possibly throwing in a peanut butter sandwich. Just make a quick peanut butter sandwich and throw it into your bag or bring it with you in the car so that you have some backup rather than waiting so long. The challenge with waiting a long time to eat is that your body is going to start using your muscle for fuel. And over time, this is going to break down your muscle and reduce your overall strength and power. And long term, that can make some challenges in terms of staying independent. So really make sure that you're eating every 3 to 4 hours during the day. Bring those snacks or plan on having a meal. Bring a little picnic if you're out with your kids and they don't tend to eat very often. The other thing to think about, which also might be a little pitfall for some people, is if you're getting up in the morning and having your coffee, reading the paper, you might get involved in doing your email, and you realize that it's now 10:30 and you haven't had breakfast. Well, if you were up at 6 and it's been 3 or 4 hours, that could also be breaking down that muscle, but you're also not giving your brain the fuel it needs to remember everything that you just read. So if you're wondering why you can't remember the details of that newspaper article or who sent you that email joke, then it might be that you need to make sure your breakfast comes in a little sooner. But don't just have a piece of toast and coffee or a glass of juice. I want you to have some protein, a good source of protein. So whether it's an egg, and you can have an egg a day, it's not going to increase your cholesterol just because there's cholesterol in here. That's the saturated fat you have to watch out for, so no bacon. Or put the peanut butter on your toast so that you have that protein for your breakfast. Another really important thing, if you're out for the day, maybe you're going golfing and you have your golf bag, you're going to be out for maybe 4 hours, throw in some energy bars, but not the energy bars that you use for sports that have glucose and fructose as the first ingredient. Look for energy bars that have actual nuts and dried fruit as the first ingredient. So read your, you might need a magnifying glass, but read your ingredient list and check to see that it says, oh, cashews and dried fruit, dates. Those are good energy bars because they're going to give you the nutrients that you need, not just energy. And when you have, as you get older, you might be eating a few fewer calories, and so when you are doing that, you want to make sure that every calorie counts. Another really great portable snack, especially for diabetics, is the Boost 100 calories. There's only 100 calories in one small container. It doesn't need to be refrigerated, so you could throw it into your golf bag, or you could put some in the car. And this has 10 grams of protein, so it's really going to act like an anchor for your energy and make it last longer. And there's a source of fiber. Plus, it's only 100 calories. And when you're in the car, rather than having a container of trail mix that you could easily eat and eat and eat and not really realize how much you're actually consuming, having something that is calorie controlled as well as evenly portioned can be a really good option. So you might want to consider that Boost 100 calories. And then the final thing is, those afternoon snacks. You get home from a busy day and it's tea and cookies, or maybe some potato chips with a drink, and you realize that you're consuming a lot of calories without very much nutrition. So why not try a few different things? One of my favorite toppings for something like a rye crisp, like thin crisp, is chopping up some tomatoes and putting some green onions with it and melt a little bit of cheese on top. And it's like a little bruschetta, but it's really nutritious and very high in fiber. Another option would be just to take some apple slices and put a little bit of almond butter on each piece. Not a lot, just enough for taste, and it gives you that protein. Another great snack, which I do quite regularly, is take a tin of black beans, and I'll use maybe half of this for the dip, and you mash them with your fork. You've rinsed them off already. Mash them with your fork. Add some lime juice, some cilantro, and some cumin. And that's a fantastic dip for raw vegetables. So instead of having just plain veggies, which may not seem that appealing, you can do a nice bean dip, and you might even use a few tortilla chips in there as well, and that can satisfy that little salt craving you might be having. So think about the nutrients that you're getting. Try to be consistent with your eating, and your energy level and brain function and overall health will be much higher.